Coming into the next verse, he comes right out of that solo. With this bass pattern. And what he's doing starts here on the 5th fret of the 4th string when he ends the previous verse, and he's going to the 1. So he's going to the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 5th fret of the 4th string, 3rd fret of the 4th string, 5th fret of the 5th string. And then he's going to lead into the next, to the 4 chord. So he's starting on the 5th fret of the 5th string. He's just walking between the 3rd and the 5th. 5th frets on the 4th string up to the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. Then to the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Back to the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret. And winds up on the G note again, 5th fret of the 4th string. So let me play that whole first part again. And he gets to there, and then he's going to the C, or the 4. Now he does a little rhythmic hitch in there, which you can listen to and figure out. It's just when he finishes the first verse. So what he does is he goes to the, before he goes to the 1. So let me play the whole thing through and try to get that for you. That's a tricky part of the song, which I haven't played enough to get perfectly, but let's see what we do here. So he just skips right to that, and then, so like this. So he's starting, his 1 is on the 5th fret of the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then he's playing 5th fret, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret of the 4th string. Same pattern we played before, and then back to the 1. Does that little lick like that again. And on the 5, he's going to start on the 5th fret of the 5th string, 7th fret, 5th fret of the 3rd string, then to the C. There, instead of going back to the 1, he does this. Does a bend on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then winds up back on the 1. Let me show you how he does it. So he wraps up with the 5 to the 4 to the 1. Then he goes 5th fret of the 3rd string, 3rd fret of the 3rd string, 5th fret of the 4th string, 3rd fret of the 4th string. So he's bending, pulling down on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then going from the 6th fret to the 3rd fret on the 6th string, and winding up back on the 1. So the whole thing. Whoops, forgot. Do it again. Then he leads into the next verse, going from the 5th fret of the 5th string to the 3rd fret of the 4th string to the 5th fret. Just that twice. And he heads into the next part. Now the last part of the tune, the last solo verse, he is going to do something like this. And what I'm doing there is leading into the bass drum. from the 5th fret of the 5th string to the 3rd fret of the 4th string to the 5th fret of the 4th string, and then holding it there, giving it a little vibrato. And he's going to throw in that the 3rd fret of the 6th string, the G note, and then he's just playing a little lick going back and forth on the 3rd to the 4th string. So I'm bouncing from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, winding up on the 5th fret of the 4th string. And then, typical Mickey Baker lick, it's that same bend double stop position we used before. First finger, 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd strings, bending up on the G string and dragging the pick down. This time we're going to the 6th fret, 3rd fret on the 1st string, using my pinky on the 6th fret of the 1st string and the 3rd fret of the 1st string. He pauses and does it again. So the first time, and he wraps it up. So 6th fret, 1st string, 3rd fret, 1st string, 6th fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, so 6th fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 5th fret of the 3rd string, then hammer on again onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string, back to the 5th fret of the 4th string, or G. So one more time. Now he goes back to the beginning lick. Just playing that same thing. Now one variation, when I went to the 4 this time, before I went like this, I went and went right into that unusual C boogie, but this time he's just walking all the way down. And then back to the 1. And then when he goes around to the 5, he comes down, does what he did before. Then to wrap it up, he's going to go back to that slide on the 5th fret, 10th fret. And play that from the opening again. So sliding from the 10th, sliding into the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So he's going 3rd fret of the 6th strings, 2nd fret, 5th string, 5th fret, back. And then this lick. Now here, as the song fades out, he plays the pattern a little differently. He plays this. Then the song fades out as he's playing something like that. So what I did differently here, when I get to the 1, I'm playing this. Let me just play the whole thing again. So here we go. Just something like that, where he's going from the 2nd to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, then going back into the boogie pattern on the 4th string, 5th, and 2nd fret. So one more time. That's one version of the song where you hear that. On the other one, it just fades out over the 1, playing straight through. So something like this. You just play that. one more time, that last part. So you slide. Throw in a Mickey Baker tag chord. Whatever you want to throw in at the end. A little sloppy, but that is Mickey Baker's Spinnin' Rock Boogie. Listen to his version, and then you can take what I've shown you here, get the timing, figure it out, and it's a little easier to play when you got a band playing, setting the beat for you, and a drummer and all that. But I'm trying to show you the licks, and you can take any of those licks and use them in your own playing.